All right, well, as kids, our money burned a hole in our pocket if we didn't spend it right away. Think if we would have been taught how crucial it was to budget and save. Roy Paul with Sensibility is doing just that for teens. He joins us live in the studio this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I know that $1 when I was little, I could ride my bike to the store and get 100 pieces of candy.
Well, times have changed.
They have definitely changed for sure. But go ahead and tell us about Sensibility.
Yeah, it was founded in 2004 by two people, Alexa DuPont Bell and John Moore. They were students at Harvard Business School of all places. But despite that, they were having personal issues with their finances. And so they said one day, look, if we have these types of troubles and we have all the education and resources we have, can you imagine young people, particularly those from low-income communities that don't have the resources we do, we should do something to give back. And that's how we started.
Yeah, so that's what you do. And you guys really focus on teens, right?
Yeah, they're at that critical age where they're going to be bombarded with credit card solicitations, going off to college, taking on debt, graduating, getting their first apartment, their first jobs. So they're really at that critical point where we feel like that's a good target age to teach them.
And then you hear the word budget, and I instantly kind of cringe a little bit because I'm horrible at it, and my husband's more focused when it comes to the budget. But what are some of the first steps to learning how to budget?
Yeah, first of all, you're not alone. 42% of Americans don't have a budget, right? But I would say that the first step is to learn how to create it. And a lot of people say to me, well, how do you create a budget? I say, well, Google. Right? If you don't know how to do something, Google is your friend.
Right.
But we teach the 50-30-20 rule at Sensibility.
Okay.
When you get a check, 50% goes to the things you absolutely need, your rent, food, 30% on the things you want. You know, we believe in splurging. If you make money, you should be able to spend some of it.
Sure.
And then 20% you just save it. Tuck it away, put it in a bank account, invest it, pay back your debt, don't ever touch it and spend it.
So, like you said, invest it. So basically your 401k, make sure you're putting a decent...
Absolutely.
What's the rule when it comes to a 401k?
Well, max out whenever you have a contribution. A lot of people, and I talk to young people all the time who work at companies, friends of mine even, who are working at a place, they get a match from their employer for their 401k. They're not even opting into it, right?
Yeah.
And so HR, you get employed, HR gives you a packet. A lot of people just take that and, you know, put it to the side, stick it in their drawer. But read it. There's some very valuable information. And whenever you hear an employer say we're matching X% of your 401k, put the match in. Put the max that you can match out.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I think we're learning a lot as adults here too, right?
Yeah, it's for everyone. Even though we target teens, this information is for anyone who can use it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and you talked about those credit cards and the solicitation. It's so easy to get one of those and be like, hey, I qualify, let's go shopping, and then you get it back and it's like 30% interest or something like that.
Yeah.
So building good credit is really important, though.
It is, and I hear people say sometimes, I was watching some news segment on a national program, I won't mention it, and an advisor said, I don't care if people don't take out cards until they're 30. Well, that's not realistic, right?
Right.
Credit is good, because once you get out of college and you get a job, if you want to apply for an apartment, they're going to run a credit check. If you don't have credit, you need a cosigner. So credit is a good thing to develop, but you have to distinguish between your needs and your wants.
Sure.
When you get that piece of plastic, if you need $300 pair of sneakers, if you don't have the cash to go buy it, don't put it on the credit card.
Right, absolutely. And I hear a lot about this and how often people's credit is hurt because my husband does mortgages for a living. And some of the smallest things that people overlook, that they missed a payment on or something, really have a long-term effect on your ability to even get a home.
Absolutely. And, you know, even as I was coming here to the studio, I saw payday loan centers and 100% financing with no credit, right? And that's not really what you want. You don't want to be subjecting yourself to people who are really going to gouge you, where you take out $10,000 and you pay back 100.
Right, yeah.
And so when you think about your long-term ability to get out money in the proper way and to get good interest rates, if you follow these principles now, you're really going to be in good shape as you get older.
So 50-30-20.
50-30-20. And that's tough because a lot of people don't like to save, but you've got to be disciplined to take that 20% and don't touch it.
Okay, some great advice. I could talk to you for a couple hours at least. All right. Well, people want to learn more information about your company. What is it you guys do? They can go right online, right?
Absolutely. And if there are schools and nonprofits who want our curriculum, we give it for free. So
wonderful. If
you're here in Michigan and you want to utilize our principles, call us and we'll just send you our modules.
Okay, sensibility.org, right?
Yeah.
All right, find them on Facebook too. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Sure.